Sometimes the truth is not what we're told, but what unfolds in the silence between words, in the space where you realise you've been wearing shoes that were never yours. And maybe, just maybe, you've already begun to remember what it's like to return to yourself. You've been taught to look outside for permission, for validation, for safety. But what if you could turn inward and find a switch, a door, a stairway spiralling up, and also down into your power, where your energy lives? Because you see, when you once believed that someone else's opinion had the power to shrink your soul, that was never truth. It was just a habit. And habits are funny things. They feel like gravity until you notice you can float. That the weight was optional. Let me tell you something strange but simple. You've never needed the world to agree with you in order to be free. Did you know? Just as some prefer the tang of lemon, while others delight in chocolate. You don't get upset when someone dislikes your favourite dish. You just nod, smile and say, "Oh, I like it." So what if your soul is just a flavour? Some haven't tasted yet, and that's fine. You're still delicious. And if the flavour of you has been too strong, too bold, too real for some, then good. You're never meant to be bland, because your power, your energy, it's not a debate, it's a decision. Let me tell you a story inside a story. There was once a woman, or a man, or a child, who woke up one morning and they forgot who they were. They spent years wearing masks, asking mirrors for truth, listening to the wind, for answers that lived in their heartbeat, until one moment a whisper arrived, "You are already enough." And suddenly they remembered. They don't need to earn worth. They are worth. And you, yes you can remember too. Because forgetting was part of the game, but remembering, that's power. Now notice something from me. What happens in your mind when you begin to imagine what it feels like to already believe I matter, I'm enough, I approve myself, I choose joy before the world claps for it. And that right there is the seed, the software upgrade, the belief system reboot, installing now, like warm sunlight, melting through all frost. And it spreads like laughter in a crowded room, contagious, liberating, undeniable. Because your worth, it isn't on trial. It never was. And the jury, they've all gone home. Let's play with something else. Imagine a moment when someone frowns at your choice. Instead of shrinking, you grow taller, not in body, but in essence, not in defence, but in clarity. And you say, "This is me. This is what I choose." You don't have to understand it. It's still true. And the winds of judgment, they blow past you, but you stand still, like a mountain rooted in knowing. Because when you embody self-love, you stop negotiating with shadows. Let this truth sneak in through the back room of your thoughts. You don't need to convince anyone. You just need to be, and being is enough. Let me ask you, what happens when the old program tries to whisper, "They might not like me"? And another voice, stronger, laughs and says, "And yet I like me." And that's the end of the story. Isn't it funny how fast things can shift when you stop trying to change the world and start dancing with it? You don't change others to feel peace. You feel peace. And the world shifts around you. Because you're not here to please. You're here to shine, to radiate, to live your truth out loud. You no longer ask, "Am I allowed?" You say, "I decide." In that decision, you reclaim your time, your breath, your soul. You reclaim the parts of you that once hid behind polite smiles and silent agreements. Now those parts rise. You move, you speak, you create. Not because you should, because you are. A creator, a truth teller, a self-approving, radiant flame that burns clean and clear, no matter who tries to blow it out. They can't touch what's internal. What's internal is infinite. So let it install, belief by belief, line by line. You are enough. You're whole. You're already what you're looking for. Feel it, breathe it, become it. Right now. You're not learning this, you're remembering. And the funny thing about remembering is once it clicks, you wonder how you ever forgot. So the old beliefs fade, like fog in morning sun. New beliefs rise, not like ideas, but like instincts. Because this is who you've always been. And now you get to live it, fully, freely, unapologetically. The software is installed, the system's rebooting. And from this moment on, your operating system is love. Your firewall is truth, your code is power. Welcome back. You're home.